toxic femininity.
Ooh.
The mom gangs at the schools, like the crunchy moms, the helicopter moms, the soccer moms, y'all really be judging us.
Word on the wag street was you was acting brand new when you got married.
My mom was talking all that, and now she's giving them candy before dinner.
She a toxic grandma.
My grandma was not like that. She used to give us, you got worms.
One of the main reasons I don't want to have a daughter is because I want to be the queen of the castle.
So that's toxic.
I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby squad up, we finna go deep. Riding on a team, got what you need. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I hit the town, you should lie.
Welcome back to the Humble Baddies podcast. We are in the beautiful Turks and Caicos. I'm your girl, Ashley Nicole. I got my sis, Hell Rail, and my good sis, Sexy Lexi, here with me.
And we are the Humble Baddies.
Period. Yes. So today, the topic is toxic femininity.
Ooh.
Yes.
I like
Is
that.
Everybody
in
talks
here?
about masculine femininity.
Mhm.
I mean, not masculine femininity. It's what? Masculine toxicity.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
Look, it's
Oh, man. It's okay. We got you,
sorry,
sis.
y'all.
We got
I'm
you.
sorry.
I was in a
Thank
little
you.
zone. I thought you was
All
right.
right. It's
Excuse
all right.
us. Excuse us. Let me take another little sip.
Anyway, it's okay.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, let me start over. So we talking about masculine toxicity. Period.
But it's some.
I know, we're not. We're talking about...
It happens,
What are we
though.
talking about, y'all?
That's
feminine.
You know, let me tell you something.
toxicity.
Let me tell you something,
Okay, I'm
ladies.
sorry.
You know,
Why
we've
y'all
been-
let me be in charge of this topic?
because we have been outside. We've been loving the Turks and Caicos Blue Waters.
It was too much sun. It was too much of
Oh
that,
my God.
that beer.
And
much.
we're resort.
I ain't gonna lie.
Attire.
I ain't gonna lie.
Ain't
I might
gonna
have
lie.
had too much to drink. Okay, so we're talking about masculine toxicity.
There it is.
Period.
Masculine.
Oh, fuck.
We are talking about feminine
Toxicity.
Thank you.
Are we? Okay, that's
Yeah,
what
we
we
got
talking
each
about.
other.
Feminine.
All right, period. Fast forward, y'all. Fast forward. So when it comes to feminine toxicity, I feel like, everybody deals with that. I feel like every woman can relate to that. I feel like we've all been in situations where we felt some kind of negative energy. And it's weird because we get it from people that we hang around often.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You find it in regular friends circles. You
Mhm.
find it with your family members.
Correct.
Whether it be your mom, your cousin, aunties, like we really run into this. We find it in the workplace.
Workplace.
That's true.
That's
You know,
right.
we all experience
Even
some
in
type-
church.
I was
even
gonna,
at
I was
church.
thinking
Even
that
at
too.
church.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it happens there the most.
The kids' schools.
Yeah.
With the mamas, the mama gangs. You
Absolutely.
Know,
Now
all of that.
the moms are very much a gang. Like
Oh, yes.
the mom gangs at the schools, like the crunchy moms, the helicopter moms, the moms who
The
pull up,
soccer mom.
the soccer moms, the ones who are at the pickup 3 hours ahead of
Yeah.
the school let out.
Yeah.
Y'all really be judging us, the moms who be picking up late. All right? And
Or
I
in
don't like
Turks.
that. Right.
That's true.
Exactly. So, Sherelle, have you ever been in a situation where you just felt like, you were around a group of women, or you've dealt with an experience where you felt like this was just some pure D, like toxic, behavior from someone you didn't expect to receive it from?
I don't think I was within it, but I seen it. Being in the military, I worked for a 2-star general, and you had all the wives, the general wives. You
So
had
that's a thing.
It's definitely a thing,
I see.
and
Wow.
they felt like they
So the
went-
officer wives.
the officer, but there's levels to the officer wives.
The generals.
And they
was
let
like,
you know?
Yeah, they look down, you little peasants, basically.
Yeah.
And no, it's not letting me know. I was enlisted, so I would see, because I worked in command group, I would see how they act and how they carried on and how they felt like they could wear their husband ranks, and they
Okay.
thought they were too good to talk to maybe a captain's wife or a major's wife,
Wow.
or treated them a
Interesting.
certain way. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy
That's
because,
horrible.
of course, in the military, there's different ranks. But, I mean, if you're a wife, that rank don't pertain to you, ma'am. So
Exactly.
why do you feel entitled to, think that you're better than somebody or treat somebody differently just because your spouse has a higher rank than somebody else?
It's not right, but it's. I feel like people just it's a natural. It's the power.
People like hierarchies.
Yeah.
People like to be
That's
like,
right.
oh, I'm better than you. I'm above that. We've grown to this level. So we've been there, done that. Like, people like that shit. It's weird. People get entitled and just really run with it.
I was gonna say, I feel like it's entitlement, especially like if it's something that you were yearning for. It could be traditional, or it could be like something like in the community where you like, oh, it starts young. Like if it's like, oh, they got the big house at the end of the street, so what they do?
They got a pool.
They got a pool,
Right.
So it starts I feel like at a young age, and then it carries over into the workforce and who you marry and the status of things like that, because it's just something to be even sitting up stronger with and just make yourself proud to be even more of, but you don't even know what people have got, gone through to get to that point.
Yeah, but you don't have to act,
Stank.
Yes. Like you ain't used to nothing and treat people like they're beneath you. I don't like that. When you were speaking of hierarchy, I did notice, I wasn't in the wax world for a long time.
Ooh, I was gonna. Oh, that's a good point.
I do notice there is a hierarchy when it comes to football wives, when it comes to basketball wives, when it comes to those levels. Did you guys experience that from a football point of view and a basketball point of view?
So, I think there's this imaginary hierarchy that wags have, formed or whatever. I think it does differ from different organization to organization. For instance, I felt like when we were with the Dolphins, I didn't feel it so much, but there were some teams that Phil was on, that I felt that the wives, when I wasn't a wife, I was just a girlfriend at the time, I felt like they didn't want to have nothing to do with me.
Oh, they was looking at you like,
they was looking
you
at
the girlfriend.
Absolutely.
You don't deserve
and there's a lot of players on the team too.
It's a lot, but the thing is, they were even like not inviting me to like Bible study.
That's rude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
That's
it's like,
not
I can
godlike.
get not wanting to hang out with me because you may not know me that well. You might not invite me to luncheons or whatever, that things that might be more intimate. But like when it comes to Bible study, as a Christian woman, y'all supposed to invite everybody and bring, everybody to the Lord. So that just really threw me off. And I feel like that was one of my very first moments of really seeing like some toxic femininity. And the crazy thing about being a wag is, 1 minute you here and the next minute you could be gone.
Not for long, baby.
And we really have to lean on each other. So, when you go to a new team, you don't know anybody, you don't know the city. And really that sisterhood is really important.
It's crucial.
It is.
So to experience that, it just really sucks. But yeah, what about you? Is it the same for basketball wives?
I feel it is, but in a different sense.
Okay.
Amari was phenomenal as a rookie. He was a franchise player early. He was drafted right there.
He was one of those, they accepted you because he played.
But they accepted me, but at the same time, I was not married. I was the baby mama. I was the girlfriend. So I still had that, that beautiful surrounding of like, I don't want to say power, but like, it was privilege. Because he had the seats, he had the tickets that were a little lower, and there was more functions that he had to be in attendance of, and that I would be with him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't have the last name, which means I could be replaceable.
That is
But you
crazy.
had his children.
I did, and young too. Like I want to say he was in the league maybe 3 years before we had a Ray. So I had been there, and plus it was a beautiful blessing. He stayed in the same city, the same team. They renewed his contract after his rookie contract.
And they still were treating you that way,
Much
even
better.
after all those years?
But you didn't get treated that way.
I did not.
She never
Okay.
experienced
I never
it.
experienced
You
it.
probably was the one that was wearing his right and looking
You was
down
the one
on the
looking
other
down at the other girls?
I wasn't, because I had great vets. I had like your
Okay.
Shani O'Neills. I had like Tamia. I had
Okay.
some dope women
Okay.
that were just like,
So
I
they
had
took
older
you
vets.
in.
Yeah, they took me in.
Question, but did they take let's say Bob Joe's little girlfriend who was like a bench.
But here's the
warmer or
caveat,
a
because
water
I
boy.
was taken in and not in the league for that long. The younger girls I would take on. That's how I met like one of my girlfriends, Megan. Is I was like, she's
But was
coming in.
Megan's boyfriend a good player?
Yeah, he was. And
But what if
he was
Megan's
new to the
boyfriend
team.
wasn't a good player? He was a water
but
boy.
I was I was like that rainbow. Just
Yeah.
because
I
I
can
knew
see
the
that with
city.
you.
So
I
we
can
need
see
I
more
knew
of
the
you.
city.
Yes.
You know, I went to high school and played 3 sports there. The beat writer used to like be the writer for the high school sports.
So you didn't
feel me?
experience, but do you feel like there were women around who
100%.
did that?
100%.
Yeah.
And you know, when ladies would get traded, they're intimidated. They can tell they're triggered, and they have come through some fucked up situations, and it's unfortunate. But I feel like now in the newer space, it's like everyone's doing their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen a difference of just like the new age girlfriends and wags or whatever to now back in the day. Like there was things I just didn't think about doing. Like I was not in the middle of the court taking pictures and having a whole brand
Yes, that's
behind
the whole
it.
thing now.
I was respectfully not being in the
Being
middle of the
seen.
Lakers. Like
Yeah.
I was happy to be in the garden. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so it was just that was beautiful about it. But the Phoenix Suns organization was family oriented.
Yeah.
So it just made it easy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
They wanted the guys comfortable.
We need more women like you, more wags like you, sis, because I dealt with some mean hoes and heifers.
I
But
didn't
y'all
have to deal
also
with
had
that,
a
thank God.
lot of guys on the football teams too. Like I feel
True.
how many is like on,
52.
that's crazy. Like it's 16.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a big difference. So
It's a big
more
difference.
personalities you have to deal with.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that.
Do
Yeah.
you feel like it was a different transition, like now being with Chad post? Like, I mean, does he still have to have those? Now that he's in his space of being still a face and still a public figure, do you feel like you still have some kind of like that energy towards like other women or groupies, or like, do you feel like you're in that space at all?
No, I don't have to deal with any of that because Chad is a loner. Like he's not surrounded by those groups for us to even be in that area. And
see.
and he let it be known, this is my wife, even though we're not married yet. He's
Yeah.
like, this is my wife, this is Miss Johnson, and people respect it. So I don't
Okay.
have to
So
think
it'll be Miss Johnson, not Ocho Cinco.
Miss Johnson.
Okay.
That's cute. Okay, so what about when you do get married and your friends who aren't married, have you ever experienced them saying like, oh, you're different now, you changed since you got married?
Well, you need to answer that because
Yeah.
word on the street, Ash, was
Word on the street.
word on the wag street was
The wag street?
word on the wag street was you was acting brand new when you got married.
Oh, like you just switched up on
I mean, yeah, I was
That's-
acting like a wife.
That's how
Right.
you're supposed to act.
Period.
Yeah.
them?
I
Yeah,
mean,
you're supposed to act different from
I
being
think,
your wife.
I think I transitioned very well. And maybe my friends that were around me, you know, they weren't ready for that transition. I do
But
think
you have to respect it.
They have
respect
to.
it. I don't think I did anything like, you know, rude.
Just
or
acting
mean.
like you're not, like you're
No.
better. No, I can't see you doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
no,
think
no.
so.
I'm not that type of girl. But I feel like that is toxic femininity. When you elevate and the people around you aren't happy for you, and even if you're not ready, like say you're in a position and you do feel some type of way, because I just feel like jealousy is
Ooh,
a
it's strong.
natural. It's a natural feeling. It's a natural
Everyone
emotion
has
that
it.
everyone feels. But when you start acting on that emotion, that's when it's a
And let it
problem.
fester
When it
and
starts
letting
to
it-
overtake.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
it's like, have I been jealous of my friends? Yes, absolutely. But when you start acting on it, I think that's when it just changes the dynamic and it makes a
Right.
difference.
Mhm.
And you can't control it. Like you don't
Yes.
acknowledge like, hey,
Yes.
like
So
let me pull myself
No
back in.
accountability.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to definitely, like you said, self-reflect
Yes.
Mhm.
and be like, Lord, let me work on whatever that is in my heart that's
Exactly.
making me feel this emotion for my
Mhm.
friend. You know, this
Mhm.
is a blessing and I would love that same blessing. Let me pray for that.
Mhm.
And I think that's where that toxicity comes in, when you don't do that part.
Exactly.
When you don't do that self-reflection.
Because believe it or not, a lot of people, we have a lot of friends. I definitely, I'm sure we all experience, we have a lot of friends that their jealousy overrides a good friendship.
Absolutely.
And they don't even see it. People have lost amazing friends.
I agree.
Over their jealousy.
Lifetime friends.
Yes.
But you know, the old school is misery loves company.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
But they try to point fingers at you of reasons why, but over the bigger picture is you're just jealous and you can't acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's sad.
It's very sad.
I lost a lot of friends in divorce. You know, I was even asked by a friend that I thought was a friend at the time, like, what did you do?
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
that was very hurtful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what did you do? Like, is the cause of the divorce? Like,
that's toxic.
Like, that was toxic. So that goes off another way of jealousy, but then in some maybe satisfaction. Did she feel like, you know, like, I'm kind of glad that it's crumbling? Yeah. But, you know, the low key vibe of it is like for me to even be a bounce back and like to be sitting where I am now in my essence, like in a graceful way. I feel like I wonder, is she now like just like, you know what, fuck, she went through the fire and came out like a phoenix, you know?
Right.
So you're going to get it in different ways. You know what I mean? Right. They're happy you're married. And, you know, I was thirsty to have the last name switched on the passport real quick. But then people want to, once you're there, they're like, you know what? She's sitting up there too good in that house, or she's got all these things. And then the divorce happens. And then it's like, see, she's back down here where whatever, you know? So it's sad. It's hurtful.
It is.
Yeah.
Tiana Taylor actually just closed the deal with Tiana Taylor. And she blowing your phone up, girl.
Congratulations.
Tiana, look, I'm like,
shout out to T.
Congratulations.
T is a humble baddie.
Yes, she is.
We love T. Hey, sis.
Okay, I'm gonna take care of T in a minute. She's good.
But
she's the
look,
best
that's
client.
the broker side coming out. Like, girl, you just closed that big deal.
Yes, you did. Congratulations. Shout out to
praise
you,
God.
sis.
Praise God.
Congratulations.
It was such a blessing.
Thank you. Yes. Okay. So, I want to talk about another way that I've encountered toxic femininity. It literally just came to the top of my head, and we kind of touched on the topic before. It was dealing with in-laws. So like my mother-in-law, you know, we had a tumultuous, you know, past. It was a little rocky, but that's a thing. I feel like, you know, sometimes mothers of sons, especially.
So a generational toxic.
Yeah.
Toxicity.
Once their son falls in love and there's a woman who is the love of their life, they kind of lose their shit a little bit.
Like they're being replaced.
This is my baby.
Yes,
like,
especially, I want to say this, and this is just my opinion. You know, I'm not a single mom. I wasn't raised by a single mom, so I don't know. But in my opinion, I think it is like more of a single mom's thing where they really just are very possessive over their sons and want to, you know, they just feel like you're taking their place.
Right.
When, you know, when their son is like ready to commit to a long-term relationship. And I feel like that is toxic femininity, because it's like you've placed so much value in your son's place in your life but not as a son, almost like a partner, like
a place
and
partner.
like I'm trying to take that from you when really I'm trying to add to your life. So yeah.
I probably think with a mom, they want the best for their sons. And
You would
sometimes
hope
they
that.
overstep their boundaries when it comes to like the relationship. It's like they want everything to be like them.
Yeah, but I think
they want that woman to be
I
like
can only
that.
speak on my situation, and I feel like she felt like I was a good fit. But it was really, I really feel like it was really, she felt like she was losing
her son.
Yes, a spot in his
I think
life.
I'm going to be like that with Gentleman Marcus.
You think so?
I mean, I feel like we all will feel it.
I'm gonna
but
be
it's how
protective.
it's how you act and respond and handle the daughter-in-law. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I'm going to be feeling everything she felt. You know what I mean?
Oh, you going to be all
I know
ash.
I am. I already know. I'm going to feel the same things that Miss Phyllis felt. But it's how you go about dealing with those emotions. And that's when it comes out as toxic femininity, when you start saying things and treating them a certain way. Because at one point, before me and Phil were engaged, me and her were like besties. It literally switched up when we got engaged. When I got pregnant, actually, I should say, when I got pregnant.
She was like, oh no, she not going nowhere.
Yeah, then things started getting a little... So,
but today, in today's space,
let's
make
space,
it clear,
that's my girl.
Exactly.
That's my
beautiful.
girl. We have that's my.
And
boo.
it took work.
It did take work.
Mhm.
All relationships take work.
I agree.
And I'm grateful that she gave me the opportunity to do that work that I needed to do. And she did what she needed to do. And now we're good. So there's light on the other end.
Shout out to Miss Phyllis.
tunnel.
Yes, Miss Phyllis. Hurricane
Columbus,
Phyllis.
Hurricane
in the
Phyllis.
house.
Yes, Hurricane Phyllis.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm gonna be protective and have that kind of blanket over both the boys and the girls. Just like you want the best for them. You don't want them to be in an unhealthy relationship. You want them to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be pulling up to the crib in the middle of the night, like having to come and like,
Yeah.
you know, be in that mix. Cause I do feel like you're supposed to be with your spouse. You're supposed to talk to them. You're supposed to create that bond, and you're supposed to have the family secondary, you know what I mean? Especially when you're married. I uphold that. And you're supposed to have your own traditional and your values. Cause it's like, even when I was pregnant, you know, I was getting it from the elders. Like, I didn't do it that way.
Yeah.
That's the shortcut, or don't take the epidural, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I went all the way, you know? So it's like, you know, I feel like when we're getting our space,
Yeah.
of that independence, and when you're trying to have your own path and your own life,
path.
they're gonna have to fall back.
Yeah. That's the thing too. That just made me think about like when we're having our babies now, like, you know, they have their way of how they did things, how they raised, you know, like when you have your baby, the mom's like, don't take that baby out the house, put a hat on that baby.
Burn a penny and put it over the belly button so that baby won't have an outie.
You better put some socks on that baby.
Shit. I don't know. What? Something about a penny. Okay.
Yeah, with the cotton swab, you put it and tape it over it.
Yeah.
The umbilical cord, that little spot.
Over the,
did you do that?
yes, my baby's got pretty neighbors.
See?
All of them. That's
crazy.
a country thing, but it
That
works.
is very crazy.
But it worked.
Okay. So yeah. But like I think that's also toxic when a mom or grandma or the aunties are telling you how to raise your kids and what to do with them.
Yeah.
Like, this is my baby. You know what I mean? Like,
Don't be carrying that baby outside. That baby is a newborn. It's gonna catch that colic.
My mom was talking all that, and now
Yes.
she's giving them candy for before dinner. I'm like, you didn't do that with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I'm gonna go pick up my baby. He has Chick-fil-A ready right after practice, and like he likes churros on Tuesday.
Oh,
so
she just being a grandma. She a toxic
you know
grandma.
what I mean? She's
My
like,
great grandma.
I'm like, Mom, you did not do that to
My
me.
grandma was not like that. She used to give us, you got worms. So it was
Not worms.
gin and garlic in this.
How
in
does she
this
know y'all
jar.
got worms?
No, she used to say like the kids had worms.
So
So
they was eating too much?
Candy.
every week we'll take a tablespoon full of the gin and garlic, and we'll have to drink it. And she said it kills the worms.
That's
I
probably
don't know if
why you're so snatched
That-
now.
okay.
It's very good. That's probably why.
The worm. It's crazy.
That's
the
funny.
country sayings.
Yeah. You need to write a book about those. Okay, I got a question for y'all.
Mhm.
Tell me if I'm being toxic, feminist, or whatever. One of the main reasons I don't want to have a daughter is because
She want to be the queen of the castle. That's toxic.
I want to be the queen of the castle.
Continue being the queen of the
Rude.
castle.
Yes, because I just know that if I were to have a baby girl, like Phil and the boys are gonna just be so enamored with her, and they're
That's
gonna.
true.
You know,
They
that's
will.
I
They
feel
will
like
be.
that's selfish,
That is
Ashley, because I
selfish.
bring Serenity over to when I come over.
They love her.
Phil treats Serenity like that's his little sister. He
My
takes
baby.
her
My
away.
oldest.
He put her life jacket on. He's in the pool with her. He'll take her because Ashley got it's a whole resort
Yes.
at her house. He'll go in the back, play basketball with her, get on the
He's so
trampoline
good.
with her,
He's
take
so
her.
good.
He'll read her a book, like literally feed her.
Which is beautiful.
It's
You
so
that's
sweet.
a
I'm like,
testament to your
Ashley,
parenting
It is
skills
beautiful.
too.
Oh, thank you.
It is.
It is.
I didn't think
meaning
about that.
shows.
meaning how they're
he sees
they're
how you treat him.
Exactly. So you might be all right. I'm
Thank
just
you.
saying. She will be in your closet. She won't be wearing your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't trying to feel none of that. I'm not trying to do her hair. I don't want her in my closet. I don't want to teach her how to be a lady. You know, like I'm better with boys. I just
but they're soft.
Is that
they're
toxic?
soft.
Is it toxic
It is
that I'm
because
just
they
like
want a girl.
They do.
They want a little sister.
I can't do it, y'all.
It's
Their
okay.
body snatched. Their body look good.
I
don't
mean,
wanna
you
do
know,
it
I'm
either.
trying. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's okay to each their own, but
Okay.
I do understand where you're coming from, but I feel like you have to own your parenting skills. You're a great parent, so is your husband.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great dynamic, and I do understand, like, you know, it's 2, 1 and 1 or whatever, but like low key, he's sweet.
Yeah.
You got sweet boys that
Thank
are
you.
just even though that baby's not blood, he's treating her like that.
I think at the end of the day, it's up to you and Phil.
Right.
Of course.
And if he accepts that you don't want anyone and you want to be the queen of the castle, then that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, and he does.
So you continue being the queen of the
I
castle.
love that for
Period.
you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Love that for
Thank
boo.
you. Thank you. Yes. I'm the queen. Period.
Has this ever happened to y'all where y'all are out with someone, y'all take pictures, and then the next day a homegirl posted on her Instagram, on her social media, she looks beautiful, been airbrushed, filtered out, you know, face tuned at whatever, and you look like shit.
She just left
A
you
hot ass
unedited.
Yeah, looking like Alf.
Not ass, bitch.
Yeah, that's toxic in my opinion.
Don't y'all
Very
think?
toxic.
Yeah.
I know
Kinda
those
hater.
type. That's why I don't jump in those type of people photos, because you're not finna have me looking like motherfucking Alf.
So you know who you can
So
jump
what
in
you
the photo
say?
with.
Nah, I don't want to
No,
take
I don't
pictures.
like taking pictures. And y'all ever
do be
notice
saying
when I be
that.
like, no, I'm good. I don't like taking pictures.
Yeah.
Because I already know what type of time you on.
Yeah.
But with me, I'm that friend that I want to make sure everyone looks good.
Everybody.
Like, if you looking a hot mess, if your toes over, you know how they be having the toes over
Over
the
your
feet?
feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
bitch, we ain't posting that, because now what you
Yeah, you gotta
doing?
crop the feet out.
You sweeping the damn floor. Like, we can't.
Yeah.
We are together. We can't be. You good,
Oh,
friend.
thank you.
You know, you have me double checking.
I know.
I'm like, shoot.
You good,
All
but
right,
fresh
I
patty.
look at everything because we are together. We are a direct reflection of each other. Like,
That's right.
if I'm looking good, I need to make sure my friends looking good. Like, we all got to look good. 'Cause
Right.
it shows. People see those type of people.
They really do.
It's the truth.
Y'all. So you need a hey y'all, is this okay to post?
Yeah, but
Kinda
no,
like a
like
pink
I'm
tweet.
gonna edit everybody.
You do.
Yeah,
You
Ashley
good with
be
that,
posting
Ash?
some good
I be like, I'm
photos.
just sending it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hook
get
us
all
up.
the angles.
And
Yes.
all of us
I'm gonna
right.
make sure all of us are snatched.
That's
okay. I'm gonna make
Thank
sure.
you for not being toxic.
Okay.
Ashley
We appreciate
is
it.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
of, you know, I'm careful with the friends that I hang myself around. This goes into our next segment.
Okay.
Do you all hang with friends that have bad reputations? Are you okay with hanging with a friend that has a bad reputation?
Okay. Are we talking about bad reputation, like they got a criminal record, or
Anything.
like they a hoe, or like
A
what
sex
type of
tape.
what is it?
Anything, whatever.
Or-
Like, what are your red flags when it comes to a friend that will determine whether you will hang with them or you won't?
I think it's low key levels to which we calling people friends too. Y'all know me. I talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your
Or
representative
associate yourself with.
I will hang out with people and whatever, but I know I'm going right home. Like, that doesn't change who I am. It doesn't change what I built up or what people know me as. So I look at it like people gonna be their own people. They have their own reputation. They have their own path that they forge. So it ain't really got shit to do with me. It doesn't bother me. But you know, there's levels to that too. Like, are they going to be at my home? Are they going to be on vacation with me? Or am I going to spend extra time with them? But if we're in a, group setting or whatever, I don't have to be invested in them like one-on-one like that.
Question. Your daughter,
Ooh.
she's in high school, right?
Well, I have one in high school.
The one in high school.
And one in college.
She's hanging around a friend that's just busting it wide open. Bad reputation.
Birds of a feather flock.
Her name on every door. Every door. John hit it.
John hit it.
Mark hit it.
Steve hit it.
Steve hit it. Alex hit it. Alex was all up in there.
Ooh.
What you gonna say to her?
You shouldn't be hanging around that girl. She is not for you. Like, birds of a feather flock together. You're going to be guilty by association.
Well, mommy, you hang around with such and such, and she's all over the internet with her boop boop
With
all
her
out.
titties out.
They do
And
tell me
her
that.
And she's on OnlyFans.
They do tell me that. They do tell me that. They're like, ooh. But my girls, I'm so open with them.
Oh my God.
They know. They
So
be
what
like,
is your
they be like, Mom, what you doing with her? And I'll be like, you know.
So what is
It's
your
cool. I'm having a
response
good
to
time.
if your friend really, this is a person she grew up with, and this girl just, just
Went
going
off the
through
deep
this,
end.
yeah, went off the deep end. What is your response when your daughter tells you, Mom, this is my friend?
I'm the one that will say what I have to say. And then I'm also the one that when they come back, I'm not putting it in their face like, ah, ha, 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 I told you.
Right.
It's a teaching moment. I'm like, you know what? I've experienced these things. I've experienced like finding it because it's hard with young girls.
It is.
The boys don't give a fuck. It's the girls. They're catty, they're hormonal, they're judgy. It's I have this, you don't have this. And so they're learning this on their own. I feel like because they see that I'm around so many strong women and like my mom is around them, they're getting that rearing and that traditional values of it's who you are. You know what I mean? I'm an adult. So like I've been through some way more time and way more experience than they have, but they have been hurt because my girls have beautiful hearts and so do my boys. And this is a part of growing up. High school is rough. It's worse now because they have social media. It's hard on them. Like, it's like, Mom, I got to go to Sephora. I need the best of the best. And they want all the stuff we have now. Like, all the Cartier.
My little daughter walking around with a little rollie.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. So like, that's a lot for them. They're even dealing with airbrushing, or filters and like being snatched and weight issues and just
drinking protein shakes.
All of that kind of stuff. So,
I think I
living.
definitely speak with my daughter on those things. And even if she have friends that she has came to me and she has, said, well, you hang around. And I tell her, when you are affiliated with those type people, 9 times out of 10, those people going to stay right there. They're not going to make it out of that culture that they're in. Especially with my son. I'm very hard on him on who he hangs with. If you run around with orbit guns with a mask on,
correct,
your ass ain't finna be hanging around there. I don't care if you're 16. Get your fucking ass in this house and sit the fuck down before I come out there and act the fucking fool. So I'm very hard on my kids with who they surround themselves with because all it takes is one time for them to be around someone and they make the wrong decision and you're guilty by association.
Well, it seems like you might be giving a little feminine toxicity, Sherelle.
How?
Because I feel like it's a different energy when you say, I'm going to protect the boys like this versus the girls. And you got, 2 and 2.
That's a good observation.
Do you feel like you maybe raised them a little differently?
Yes.
Or,
I have to. I definitely have to because their personalities first are different. My daughter is more of a leader than my son. So I have to discipline them different. I have to speak to them different. I have to communicate with them different. With my son, I have to be harder on him because he is a man. He's growing to be a young black man. So I have to tell him things and be harder on him and explain to him the reason why I'm doing this because it's just the simple things. You can't be outside shooting orbit guns, even though you think it's fun. But we're in the state of Florida. You got to think about it. We're in the state of Florida, and then you have friends that's running around with masks on, with orbit guns. What does that look like? Because some of those guns look real.
They do.
And it's not cool. All it takes is one person to say, hey, I was protecting myself because I thought the gun was real. And that's what I have to explain to him. I have to be hard on him, and it's very scary. So with him, I just have to just go deeper into things. With my daughter, she'll understand quick. So yes, I am harder on my son because I'm raising him to be a successful young black man, soon to be husband, soon to be whatever he want to be. I'm gonna support it, but right now I got to stay in his ass.
I understand that.
Yes.
Okay, shoot. Well, let me know then. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm with you. As I feel it is different for the girls, but I'm also like, Array, I'm like, make sure, she's driving in her car and she's, going to her apartment and on campus and things like that. And so I'm like, we build them up to protect them, and we've given them such a beautiful, privileged life to where they have no harm done to them. You know what I'm saying? So like, they almost low key get a little complacent because people out here is rough. Well, not right here, right now, but
in the world,
they're not gonna protect them like we do. So I'm always like, look over your shoulder and make sure you have your surroundings, because we do our best to try to protect them. So. Right. Okay, that's a good point. Well, Ash, you can't answer that question. The girls or the boys thing.
No,
but,
no, I'm good on that.
right now.
Well, y'all, guess what?
It's
that time of the segment for us to switch it up to Humble Baddies Mail.
Everyone's favorite.
It is. And I just want to say thank y'all so much for submitting your mail. We read it, we talk a little bit about it, and we just can't wait to share all these interesting topics y'all want us to share.
And it'd be a surprise to us because we don't know what we're reading.
Yep. Keep sending them in.
Yeah, so thank you. And the way that you can submit them is humblebaddies.com. So we will read them. Thank you so much. So here we go, ladies. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right. This is from Angie Marie in Boca Raton, Florida. Thank you for the full name, too. We appreciate it.
She left the IG page?
No, she did not. Not this time.
Hey, Angie girl, make sure you subscribe on Apple and Spotify as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Humble Baddies.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey, Angie girl.
I feel like I'm losing it and need some advice. Lately, one of my close friends has been copying everything I do. And it's really starting to piss me the fuck off. Ooh. She got me cussing.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. She hot.
She big
hot.
mad. She big mad.
For example, I just bought these heels that my entire friend group knows I've been waiting for. And all of a sudden, she shows up wearing the same pair. I brushed it off at first, but after seeing her in them, it really bothered me. Then she went and brought the same dress I wore for my birthday dinner, and just to wear it out with us another night. I can't help but feel like she's either copying me or is jealous of me. I really want to say something and confront her, but I do value our friendship and don't want to lose that. It feels like she's only around to follow my lead and figure out how to do what I'm doing.
Ooh.
What do you do in this situation? Should I speak up or am I overreacting? Baddies, what y'all think?
I had friends who did the same shit, but I don't look at it as like same. When I tell you same motherfucking outfit to the T.
No.
Yes, but I don't have an issue with it because I feel like I'm a trendsetter. Like,
okay,
okay. Now it starts to get weird when you start just every fucking thing.
So you like it's okay to be inspired by.
It's okay to be inspired by, but when you can tell the difference. Like, okay, if I go get this jewelry or if I go get this bag and you going to get the bag, you going to get the shoes, you going to get the outfit, you changing your hair like mine, then that shit get weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
But I do have friends that go and get they've gotten the same shoes, multiple pair of shoes as mine, and the same outfit, rewore outfits.
Yeah.
What you think, Ash?
That shit is really weird, first of all.
It is weird.
But I'll take it a step further.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes girls will even like try to copy like your personality.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like they try to have the same type of humor that you have.
Like mannerisms.
Sayings,
like
the way you talk, the way you carry yourself. It's like they really trying to be you.
That's weird.
Yeah, no.
So they've taken past inspired by.
I can't see nobody else being you, Ashley. It's only you.
Yeah.
Fail, epic fail.
No, I've definitely seen like and just been like, that's familiar. Like you didn't used to really talk like that. Right. But it's usually the people who are like copying your outfits and copying. Like at that point, it's like, oh, it's cute. Oh yeah, she like how I dress. It's cute. But when you start doing a little bit more and taking it a little further, and
when the hair start acting like,
start the hair the same, whole personality is just different. You a whole different person now. Like the things that you're into is different now.
Yeah.
It's a little what is that movie?
What?
With the something female. was it a white female something? I don't know that movie where she's like obsessed. Anyway,
with Beyonce.
Yeah, what's
I
that
forgot
one
the name
called?
of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Swarm.
Obsessed.
Obsessed.
Oh,
yes, obsessed.
the one that she was in there. I thought she was.
Yeah, like people are weird, and I feel like I wouldn't care about the outfits and the shoes and stuff, but when you start,
she trying to take your place so she can get your whole life,
girl.
What's that song? The backstabbers.
Yes.
They're gonna take your place.
That's weird.
It's not. I don't like it.
And that's toxic femininity.
I feel like we have our own individual vibes. I feel like everyone is special. You know what I mean? So you don't have to copy off of people. I think it's a little raggedy.
But it happens. People do that.
They do.
But I think that's also comes from a place of like insecurity and like trying to find yourself and where you belong and
or sometimes it's jealousy or they feel like they gotta one up you all the time. I feel like
competition.
Yeah.
I don't want to have friends that feel like they got to be in competition with me.
Yeah.
Because y'all know I ain't that type. I'm not like, shit, bitch, you can have whatever I got.
Right.
You ain't got to go and try to be like me or do whatever or try to one up me. We in this together. Right. Be my friend.
Yeah. Well, Angie Marie, I hope we have answered your issue and...
But
did we really? Wait, we didn't because we.
What she want to know is does she need to be her friend or not? Or
pretty much.
I think she should have a conversation with her, communicate with her. If she's your friend, you need to talk to her and tell her how you feel. The same way you can communicate with your mate, communicate with her and say, friend, like, what's up? It's a uncomfortable conversation, but say, this is how I feel, and I hope you not taking it, the wrong way, but hey, it's making me feel uncomfortable.
So she should speak up. That's what she was.
Definitely speak up.
Yeah.
I say don't speak up, child.
Get rid of her?
No.
Just don't say nothing?
Yeah, I mean.
Why?
Because I just feel like they're already in a low place if they feel like they need to copy your outfits and they need to copy.
So what does she do with that friend?
You can still be your friend.
But what if it's the birthday outfit?
Get aggravating.
What if I put in the group chat like, y'all, this is my birthday outfit?
As long as we showing up to the same place on the same day with the same outfit.
It's the birthday outfit.
Gonna lead to that.
She said it was the birthday outfit. You know how people feel like,
they go out the way.
They're like, oh, you wearing that? You looking better than me, and it's not your birthday.
I would say I wouldn't make it a big deal. I don't know. I'm in the business of trying to hold on tight to my little friendships I got left. Yeah, I only got 2 friends left.
Bitch,
not 2.
Say, why you say that? Well, they better be right here.
Yeah, because I'm counting 1.
So I feel like it ain't really that deep. Like she just need a little style inspiration. Okay. She feeling a little, maybe she's in a spot and you don't know, maybe she's going through something and this makes her feel better about herself. I don't know. I don't want to put more into it than it needs to be. Like, I don't really care. Like,
so you feel
like that. She doesn't. It's to a point where she's writing us, getting our opinion.
Yeah, so but I'm saying maybe she's making it a bigger deal than it really needs to be. Like, if she ain't sleeping with your husband.
It may can lead to that.
But it's not there yet.
That's why you speak on it. Now, what's up, sis?
If it's just outfits at this point, I don't think it's that deep. And I think if it does go beyond that, then maybe have the conversation. But if it's at this point, it's just a copying of the outfits. It's like, oh.
I don't like it. Be your own person.
I don't like it, but I don't think it's worth making her feel even more awkward than she already is.
But I feel like that's the problem.
It needs
communication, like it needs to be addressed. I feel like we are so sensitive about our feelings with friends. As a friend, you're supposed to communicate. You're supposed to express, this is how I feel, without your friend who's supposed to be your friend taking offense to it. Like, we have to change that narrative.
People take offense because they're going through other things that
because they're not used to it. They're not used to the communication. That's a big issue with our community. We don't communicate enough. And I feel like she needs to fucking communicate with her friend and talk about it. No matter how small it is or how big it is, communicate with your friend. That's what you need to do. Don't listen to Ashley ass. And we out.
Okay, well, on that note, since we out,
y'all know I get.
You're passionate.
I'm passionate about communication. Yeah. That's like my
because
biggest thing.
You're right. You're gonna communicate with your partner, your spouse, your man, your lady, whatever, and it should be for all the relationships. I agree with that. So I understand. Okay, well, ladies.
I agree to disagree.
And gents, thank you. Okay, well.
Period.
Okay. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
Ladies, where can they find us?
You can find me at Ashley Nicole on all social media platforms.
You can find me on Instagram at Sherelle Rosado _ Twitter, all the good stuff, LinkedIn.
And you can find me on Instagram at Lex_A_S. And we just want to say thank you so much for tuning in and can't wait to see you next week.
All the way from Turks and Caicos. We love you.
And make sure y'all subscribe, follow, like us on all social media platforms at Humble Baddies Podcast. And we out.